Everybody likes race cars, but have you ever wondered what it would be like to drive a real race car? Well, get set to find out, because there goes a race car.
Look, there goes a race car.
Wow, there goes a race car.
Race cars come in all shapes and sizes. Some race against other race cars. Some race against the clock. Others just race for the thrill of it. Racing can be dangerous, but with proper training and modern safety equipment, even in wrecks like this, the driver can walk away with just scratches. Some cars race on dirt tracks. Some race on smooth paved tracks. Some are built for no track at all.
But I'm not a real race car driver.
That's right, the real race car drivers have agreed to let us pretend for the day so we can learn all about different kinds of race cars and what they do.
We've choppered out to the hot, dry, rugged desert to find out about some of the most rugged race cars ever built, the off-road vehicles. And Team Toyota has invited us to join the team. Look at these outfits.
So come on, kids, let's find out what these rugged vehicles are all about.
Come on.
Off-road racing requires a very special kind of vehicle, one that can stand up to the beating that the desert trails can offer. This is Toyota's off-road test vehicle. It's used to make sure all the special equipment works before it's put into the real race machine. This machine is awesome. As you can see, it spends almost as much time in the air as it does with its wheels on the ground.
Oh, look at this. This is the truck that Iron Man Stewart drove to the championship in the Baja 1000. Oh, it's neat. It's the fastest off-road vehicle in the whole world. Now, while it may look like a truck, underneath, it's one of the most sophisticated racing cars ever built. It's very special. Take a look at these tires. Even they are specially built for off-road, handling that rough terrain. And these things twist off so the tires can be changed very quickly. In fact, the pit crew can change the tires and fill the gas tank and have him back on the road racing in just 20 seconds. There's a big spare tire back here. Now, I told you this was a sophisticated racing machine under the surface. Let's take a look. Oh, now I didn't break the car. This is just the fiberglass shell. Most off-road races are from 250 miles to 1,000 miles long, so they have to carry a lot of gas. That's what this is for. This is the gas tank. Now, the engine in this off-road vehicle is located in the middle, so everything is properly balanced. In fact, it's almost underneath the driver's seat. Behind the engine is the transmission. It's big and strong, kind of like you'd find in one of those big 18-wheelers back there. But it has to be big and strong to take all the abuse. Everything in this car takes a lot of abuse, and because of that, it creates a lot more heat. So all the systems, from the brakes to the transmission to even the shock absorbers, have to have their own cooling system. If you look at these shock absorbers, you'll see that there are little fins all the way down them. That's so that it helps get rid of the heat or cool it down or dissipate the heat. Oh, just kidding. You know, the inside of this car is very different than the car you have at home. Oh, there's the usual gauges, of course, but a lot of other things are very different. Look at the seat belt. It's the kind you might find in a fighter jet. Of course, there's a button over here. No, it's not an eject button. It's a fire extinguisher button. You push that, and it sprays the whole car down with stuff that puts out the fire, should you have one. You know, there's no windshield either. That's because there's so many rocks flying around, it'd just break anyway. But you do wear a helmet to protect your face from those flying rocks. And you know what else? There's no door. Oh, man.
What are you doing?
Well, there's no door. I couldn't get out.
Well, listen, are you ready for this? Listen to me. Guess who's here? Iron Man Stewart, the off-road champion.
You're not talking about Iron Man
Yes,
Stewart.
I'm talking about
Iron Man
yes,
Stewart?
Yes.
The guy who won the Baja 5000 6 times?
He's right here.
The Baja 500? What is it, 500, 1,000?
Who cares? He's here.
He
He's
won
a
it
champion.
6
Let's go
times.
meet him. Come
He
on.
won the Baja
Yeah, I know, I know.
1000
Come on.
last year.
Okay.
This guy is the best.
He is. Come on, Dave. Here he is. Here he is. Here he is.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Iron Man Stewart. I'm Becky. It's so
Hi.
nice to meet you, and I'd like it. Get over here. Meet my friend Dave.
How do you do,
Oh,
sir?
Dave, how are you?
He's really my hero.
right.
I've followed your career. I really like everything you
meet
do.
you.
He won the Baja 500 6 times.
I know.
Baja 1000 last year. This guy is the best in the world. He's
Glad to meet you.
the best
I
in
tell
the
you what,
world.
I'm in a big hurry, maybe we can talk later, but I understand that my crew chief, we got a job for you guys to do today.
Great.
Good job for us.
So you guys have fun, and I'll talk to you later,
All
okay?
right, thanks
Don't
again,
get
sir.
dirty.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank
Nice to
you.
meet
All right, Becky, bye-bye.
I'm never going to watch this end again.
Come on, let's go,
This
let's
guy's
go.
good. Oh, wow. We're looking for the crew chief.
Hi, my name's Jeff Huber.
You are the crew chief.
Yes.
Oh, nice to
Race
meet you.
Car Driver Dave.
Right there.
Race Car Driver Becky.
We're friends of Iron Man's, and we're new team members. He said you had a job for us.
That's great. Yeah, we do have plenty of jobs. What I'd like for you to do is to go down the race course, make sure it's free of obstacles for the race car. The race starts in less than an hour.
Ooh, an hour.
Here's the map. You two do know how to read a map, don't you?
Yeah, sure we do. Yeah.
Okay.
Less than an hour? Well, we better
Less
get
than an
going. Okay, great.
Let's, we
Thank you.
just follow the map
Yep,
and
your truck's warmed up, ready to go.
all right, thanks.
Now
Wait
listen,
a minute.
I'm
Where
driving.
are you going?
I'm
You're not
driving.
driving. You don't
Yes,
know how to
I am.
drive one of these.
Oh, yes,
are
I
you
do.
sure you know how to
Yes,
drive
I
a
know how to
four-wheel
drive
drive?
one.
Have you
course
ever
I
done
do.
this before?
Yes,
All right, I got the
times.
map.
many, many times.
Don't forget your seatbelt.
All right, all right, all right.
This could be dangerous.
I got it.
All right, straight ahead. Hold everything. Wait a minute. We go this way.
No, we go this way.
No, this way.
No, I know we go
I got
this way.
the map right here. We go this way.
Oh, gosh.
Straight ahead. Oh. All right. According to the map, we take a left at the big bush.
Big bush? There's lots of big bushes.
Well, it says here take a left at the big bush.
Oh, Dave.
There's a big bush right there.
I know, but how do we know this is the right big bush?
Well, it's got to be the right. It's the bush.
You're
Go.
sure?
Yes.
Okay, you know what? This is it. I'm stopping. And I'll tell you why. We have been driving around for an hour, and I know this race has started.
What?
Dave, we
What
are
are you
lost.
doing? What are we stopped for?
We are lost.
No, I told you we're not lost. We're just a little confused.
All right, look. You see this? We have a radio. Call for help.
You're not going to call them. We're letting down the team. I don't want to let down the team, and they'll know we don't know what we're
Dave,
doing.
we are lost. Look.
Not lost.
We're not lost.
No, we're right here.
Okay, then Christopher Columbus, where do we go now?
Well, even he didn't find the New World on his first trip.
Which way, Dave?
That way.
Well, Becky was right. The race had already started. And even without our help, Ivan Iron Man Stewart was doing just fine. But the race course is full of twists and turns, and anything can happen.
Oh, this is it.
Whoa!
Whoa, wait. Hold on.
Wait a minute. What are you stopping for?
Well, I'm not stopping. We're stuck.
We're stuck. Oh, no. Now we are going to have to call in for
Oh,
help.
no, we're not calling. You're going to get out and push.
I'm going to get out and
Yes,
push.
you
Why should I
guys
get
in
out
this
and
mess,
push?
you're going to push.
Fine. I'll push.
Hey.
I'll push. But you are going to let me drive.
Fine.
Fine is right. Yeah, we're stuck, all right. Okay, let her go. Let her go. Let her go. Let her go. Hey, wait a minute. Wait for me. Becky!
While we were stuck in the desert, Ivan Ironman Stewart continued to dominate his race. His race truck was performing flawlessly, but it wasn't long before it was time for a pit stop and a new set of tires. 20 seconds later, he was back on the course and headed for the finish line. Well, it had been some time now, and we were still lost, or should I say confused. No, I think it's safe to say we were lost. So we headed to the top of the nearest hill to get a better look at the terrain.
Oh, no. Do you see what I see?
That looks like the base camp to me.
It is the base camp.
Well, we still haven't found the course, but we found the camp.
Oh, my God.
So much for this map.
But I just don't get it.
Well, let's go face the music.
We read the map. Oh, Dave, I can't believe we got lost.
We should have had a compass.
We should have.
Uh-oh.
Where have you two been? The race is over.
Over?
We got lost.
But look, we read the map.
Look, you had the map upside down. You told me that you knew how to read a map.
You said you knew how to read a map.
Should have asked for help. Should never be afraid to ask for help.
The Demolition Derby is another fun form of racing. The idea here is to crash into the other cars without doing too much damage to your car. You can only hit from the front and the back of the other cars, and they've all been specially modified for safety. The last car still running at the end of the race is the winner. Way to go, 007. Stock car racing takes place on an oval or circular track. The cars race against each other and travel at well over 100 miles per hour. Each car has its own support vehicle, usually a big 18-wheeler that carries the car from place to place and has all the spare parts.
Look at this great race car. We've come to Tucson, Arizona now to a NASCAR race at the Tucson Raceway. Now this car behind me is pretty neat. It might look like a car you might see at home on the street, but it just looks like one because underneath it's totally different. It has 500 plus horsepower. It'll go 165 miles an hour in the straightaway, and it is fast. And guess what? The Eagle Snack team has agreed to let me, Dave, be part of the pit crew.
Come on, Dave.
Whoa!
Pit crew, you got to get this tire changed over
Come
here.
on along.
Come on over here.
What do I do? Just
Get it off
put
there.
that tire. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Hi, I'm Bobby Lyon, driver of the Eagle Snacks Southwest Tour stock car. A lot of hard work, but a whole bunch of fun and a great thing to get into for all you kids. So come on, let's go work on the car and have some fun.
Each member of the crew has a special job to do. Even the slightest difference in tire pressure can mean the difference between winning and losing the race.
Take a look at these tires, real close. If you do, you'll notice that there isn't any tread on the tires. They're totally flat. Now, the reason for that, I'm told, is that it keeps more of the surface of the tire on the track. And that way it doesn't allow the car to slide around so much. This is a stock car. Look at the size of that engine. It's really pretty basic. There's the radiator there that keeps the engine cool. Engine's right here. Boom, 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 boom. Makes the power that goes to the wheels and makes the car go fast and come down here in the cockpit and look around. Really very simple. No air conditioner, no stereo, nothing like you have in your car at home. Just a steering wheel, a shifter, a gas pedal, a clutch pedal, and one seat for the driver. And then there's this roll cage that keeps him safe should the car roll over.
Well, we're ready to race at Tucson Raceway Park, but we always keep safety in mind. We have my driver suit, my shoes, my helmet, and my racing gloves, all for the sake of safety. And remember, always race on the racetrack, never in the street. Now, Dave and the team have the car ready to go, so let's go racing.
Ready to go?
Ready to go.
Good luck.
Pit stops are an important part of racing. Everything must be done as quickly and as safely as possible to get the car back onto the track and back into the race. These are top Fuel Dragsters. They're built for just one thing, going as fast as possible from a standing stop to as fast as 200 miles an hour in the quarter mile. First, they warm up the tires for better traction, and then they are ready to beat the clock. They go so fast, they need a parachute to stop.
Wow, look at those babies. Those are Formula Fords. We've come to Sears Point Race Course. This is one of the most famous race courses in the world. It's unlike an oval track where they just go around in a circle. It's 2.5 miles long and has sharp curves, hills, and valleys. It's really a great race course. This is also the home of the Skip Barber Racing School, one of the best racing schools in the world. In fact, this is where Tom Cruise trained for his scenes in Days of Thunder. Some of the best race car drivers in the world drive here. Here comes one of them now. Hey, how you doing?
I'm great.
Race car driver Becky, how are you doing?
Well, I just finished 3 days of racing school.
Racing school? I don't want to go to school. I
Oh,
sure
no,
want to
no.
drive one of these great
You
cars.
have to go to school because there's more to it than just driving the car. I mean, there are at least 10 different flags. I mean, there's the pit flag, the lap flag, a debris flag, a caution flag, a finish
I don't
flag.
care about the flags. The only flag I care about, Becky, is that checkered one I'm going to see when I win that race and cross that finish line.
1,000 is the rev limit. My suggestion.
The Skip Barber School is like any other. There are classes and teachers. Both men and women can attend. Some even go on to become famous race car drivers. But the big difference here is that on the very first day of school, You get to drive the race car. But just like any other school, you've got to pay close attention to what the teacher has to say.
Okay, Race Car Driver Becky, remember, these are some of the things you need to know when you're out there driving. First, when you come towards a corner, make sure that when you start braking the car that you squeeze on those brakes gently. You don't want to get on the brakes abruptly, smash on the brakes, and lock the tires up. If you get a skid like that, then you're in trouble. Remember, when you're coming through the corner, make sure that you use your eyes and look where you want to go. Same thing is true on the street. You always want to be looking ahead to make sure you're not surprised by things. Coming out of the corner as well, look ahead, see if you can see any other cars you're racing with. You got to start planning those passes, setting up those moves, keep yourself from being surprised. Just like on the street, driving in traffic, you always want to be looking ahead. Then also shifting. When you're shifting the car, either downshifting approaching a corner, shifting up as you come out of a corner, always do that in a straight line. You never want to shift in the middle of a corner. If you might lock those rear tires up, you could cause the car to skid. And remember also the flags. You got to remember the flags, it's the way they communicate with you on a racetrack. You don't want to be surprised by some situation ahead of you. Flags will tell you what's coming up so you know how to deal with it. This first flag is a green flag. It's used to signal the start of the race. You wave it like this, the race is on and you're racing. The next flag we'll call a caution flag or a yellow flag, signifies that there's been an accident on the track, and there's basically two ways to hold this up. One, if you're holding it like this, means that it's a little accident, you might have to slow down a little bit. Or if you wave it like this, that means there's a big wreck and you need to be ready to slow down a whole lot. Next flag I've got is what we call a debris flag. That's to signal that there might be some oil or car parts on the racetrack. Lets the driver know there's something to be aware of and they might have to avoid it. Usually held out like this. This is what we call a passing flag. It's to let a driver of a slower car know there's someone coming up behind him. It's held out like this, lets that driver know that they need to move over and let the car pass them. This flag is what we call a mechanical black flag or a meatball. Lets the driver of his car know that there's something wrong, something about to break or possibly already broken. Should bring that car into the pit lane so that he can take care of it before he has an accident. Usually held out like this. And then the last flag I've got here is the black and white checkered flag. It means the race is over. When you wave this flag, you're done racing.
Here at the Skip Barber Racing School, the primary car that the drivers are trained in is called a Formula Ford. That's what this is. Now, Formula means simply that they don't have any fenders. The wheels are on the outside and they're not covered up. The cars are really very basic. They're really just kind of a cage that you ride in, as you can see from this steel frame here. Now, if we look close, we'll see they only have 3 pedals, just the clutch pedal, the brake pedal, and the gas pedal. As we move into the cockpit, fancy seat belts to hold you in. There's a small, almost tiny steering wheel, a 4-speed shifter, and not as many dials as you'll find in your car at home. There's a water gauge, a tachometer, so you can tell how fast the engine is going, and a gas gauge. As we move back towards the rear, you'll find the engine. It's a small Ford engine, a 4-cylinder, puts out about 110 horsepower. Now, it doesn't have to be very big because the car is so light. This engine can push the car at 140 miles an hour, top speed. As we look towards the rear, you'll find the transmission, and then these cars are equipped with disc brakes. They're kind of unique because instead of the disc being located out by the wheel, they're located here by the transmission. This is the disc, and these are the little units that clamp down on the disc to slow the car down. And that's pretty much what this car is all about. It's a beautiful car, and I'll bet it's a lot of fun to drive. I can hardly wait. And here's what they look like with the fiberglass shells on. Oh, isn't this baby beautiful? It's gorgeous. I guess you kind of say I know just about everything there is to know about that car.
You know, race car driver Dave, you may know everything there is to know about cars, but you don't know the first thing about racing.
Racing?
Right.
Hey, you just put the pedal to the metal, right?
The pedal to the... Okay, then how about a little race?
A little race. You're on, Race Car Driver Becky.
To the finish
You
line.
better be ready to eat some dust. Here we go.
I'll teach him how important school is.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sears Point Raceway for what could be the race challenge of the century. Race Car Driver Becky has challenged Race Car Driver Dave to an all-out, no-holds-barred race to the finish. The drivers are in their cars and they look ready to go. The flagman gives the thumbs up. And they're off. Race Car Driver Dave is pulling ahead of the straightaway. No, wait just a minute. It's Race Car Driver Becky in the lead now. As they head into that first curve, Dave takes the lead on the inside curve. What a smooth move, Dave. Race Car Driver Becky is back in the lead as Dave puts the pedal to the metal. Wait just a minute. Race Car Driver Dave is passing her again. This time it looks like he means business. No, he's pulling ahead. He's way ahead now, and it looks like this race could be in the bag for Race Car Driver Dave as he approaches that dangerous hairpin turn. Ladies and gentlemen, he's coming to that corner way too fast. Oh no, he is off the track. Ladies and gentlemen, Race Car Driver Dave is off the track. Uh-oh. I shouldn't have done that.
Hey, Dave, look at this! I won! Woo! Yeah!
Hey, how about a ride?
I should have gone to racing school.
Well, we've seen all kinds of race cars.
And if you'd like to learn more about race cars, you can visit your local library.
Now remember, racing is fun, but never ever do it on public streets, and only do it with proper supervision and proper training.
So until next time, we'll see you at the races. Come on, let's race again.
I think maybe I'd better go back to school. Have fun, Becky.
Hi, this is Ivan Ironman Stewart. I'd like to encourage all you kids to stay in school, get a good education, enjoy yourself. Always enjoy the races, and especially off-road racing. And remember that we are professionals. We wear safety uniforms, safety belts, fire systems. It's a very safe sport providing you do it right. Remember, we're professionals. Don't try this on your own, and I'll see you at the races.